Big Mike's Coffee Shop presents the Avery Journal-Times Coaches Corner broadcast. Here's our host, Jamie Schell.
And greetings again, and welcome to the first 2025 fall edition of the Viking Coaches Show here with head coach Ethan Farmer. Leading into our second week of the season. We kicked off the season last Friday, and it's good to be back here at Big Mike's Coffee Shop, our sponsor of our coaches shows and our halftime reports and our post-game reports as well every week. And we appreciate you tuning in and checking these out as we do, I guess, kind of track the progress of the Viking football team this season. I know last week, Coach, we had the Hampton Bulldogs down there at Happy Valley, kind of a neutral site kind of game, and things started first for most of the first half. At least the first quarter, a very competitive contest, had a close matchup, and then kind of late second quarter, Hampton kind of pulled away just a little bit. Can you just assess, if you would, just a general thought on kind of what you guys have learned from last week's game, kind of what you guys have been working on getting ready for this coming week with West Caldwell?
We've fixed a couple things right now at practice. This week here has been going pretty good. Things that we learned, just attention to detail. Going back to the discipline, being disciplined up front as well, and just being disciplined as a team. We went back offensively, defensively. We kind of adjusted some different things there in practice for this week here, we had some mistakes there, but special teams, can't knock special teams, and that's one of the biggest things that we continuously hit on. There are three phases to the ball game, and obviously if we're not doing what we're supposed to do on offense, you always got special teams you rely back on. Same thing with defense, So I just thought, overall, it was 6-0 in the first quarter, and then they jumped back up. We had I think it was an interception that was thrown, and then they came back, they answered, and then next thing you know, we're right back in the ball game. Score was 14-7, and then they ended up running one back, and then it's kind of back and forth game. We were still in the ball game to probably about 6 to 5 minutes left to go into the second quarter. But key thing to it is all our guys they talked about it after the game, and that's a great thing to have. When you got leaders on the team, and definitely everybody's talking about it, of the mistakes that they know that they had, and that's one thing I definitely can say. In the previous years, I really haven't had that. That's just like off instant, right after the end of the game. Plus, you had a meeting, and it went very well, and everybody seemed to be locked in this week. So.
I know between the first week and the second week, a lot of coaches will say that's when you see your most development and improvement. Is once you've had the guys on the field, you play the game for real as opposed to a scrimmage, and then you go into a second week. And of course now there's going to be some more tape on the opponent as well as yourself. And I'm sure West Caldwell has seen what y'all did on special teams last week. And do you expect some adjustments on their end as far as maybe not kicking up all the certain guys, or maybe doing a different formation or onside kicks or something like that to kind of adjust? And what do you guys do in turn? Because it's really a chess match.
Yeah. Start with special teams first. Coach Jackson does a great job with our kick return team. Obviously we kind of went over it and handed over that during practice. We actually had practice this morning, we kind of reminded the kids of that, so we can be expecting anything. So we definitely want to have our kids prepared for any and everything that's possibly been thrown at us. Obviously with the kickoff return game, we had 2 back last week, but obviously you got to respect their own side possibly. Just swoop kick, possibly a pooch kick, trying to get it to different people. So those are all different type of things that we worked on for sure when it came to kick return. So.
This week you have West Caldwell, and they're an interesting case study. Let's put it that way. They have had their share of struggles. They have not won a regular season game in about 4 years. I guess it's 2021. I want to say. Now they've lost 40 consecutive games, and I know you could come into a game with a matchup like that and think, well, this is going to be an easy dub. But the fact of the matter is, every season's different, every week's different, every team is different. And I know they're very, very hungry.
Yes.
How do you keep your guys on edge this week, not taking them for granted, or just kind of knowing that it's important to be focused on the task at hand and not looking back and saying, well, this team doesn't win, and so we don't expect to lose, that kind of thing.
I mean, just like I told them, told our kids all week long, everything right now is still 0-0. And, don't look at their records. Just mainly just stay focused. We've got our thing we've got to get done. I think our kids is handling it very well. Obviously this is our first home opener for 2025 for sure, and we definitely got something to prove, and we know West Caldwell is not a team to look over at all. They look really good on film. They've got some guys.
Right.
They're in a skilled position. Number 4, I think he had 172 yards receiving. Last week he had 4 touchdowns as well. I think he's been averaging out about 33.4 yards per catch. Those are the type of things. Got a tall receiver, number 6 as well. So in the backfield too. I mean, they're athletic. Up front, they're big. And across the board, I mean, they've got guys. So just being able to continue to have our guys stay locked in. And it's like I told our boys this morning. Don't take this team lightly at all. I know West Caldwell is the exact same way. They're coming into it. They're 0-1 as well. I think we're actually looking forward to a good game tomorrow.
Now, that team they lost to Friday night was East Rutherford,
Yep.
a team that you guys were able to go to. I remember actually being there at the scrimmage where you had a chance to take them on at the end of that event. Does the fact that there's that commonality help you guys when it comes to preparing for them this week?
I mean, it does in a way, but you still gotta go back to the fundamentals. You gotta be able to go back from the mistakes that you previously had in the previous week, and then fix that on that Monday, and then obviously start prepping. I know as a coaching staff, we started prepping right after Hampton. Probably met like 3 a.m. There's a lot of time that goes into it, and then obviously our kids get the film, so we're already having them on it as well, and so we're trying to make sure that everything around us, including just mainly stay focused and pay attention to what's going on. So we want our kids to play fast, that's also a key thing for us.
And this is your home opener.
Yes.
It's always great to come back home to play, but for your first game of the season at home, what do you expect as far as a crowd to come out? What do you expect to have from the home group coming back here to McDonald Stadium?
I mean, I think it'll mean the world. It's 2025. It's a new year. And hoping people are excited about football. And it's not about me, but I'm talking about our kids. I'm talking about our school, our program, our community. We definitely want a lot of people to come out for sure. Our boys feed off the crowd. So all positive energy that we can have for sure. And I think we're looking forward to it. I think the boys absolutely, they were talking about it this morning. I just said just look around. I mean, we're up under the lights, but look around. Got this feeling tomorrow. I think that everybody's ready to go, and I'm hoping to have a lot of people out there tomorrow. And I know Dwayne Craigie and they having the FFA tomorrow, so they have a little. I think it's I don't want to say a pregame meal, but they're cooking out and stuff.
Kind of a
tomorrow.
tailgate
Yeah,
action.
nice little
Okay.
Tailgate, so we're looking forward to that.
Well, that's good support, absolutely. I know health-wise, you had a couple of guys I think were dealing maybe with some cramps issues down there in the heat last week down at Happy Valley. So how are you guys health-wise this week?
I mean, health-wise, across the board, we're good.
Okay.
We got a couple of bruises and stuff, but Joe Hawkins, man, you gotta love that guy. Joe's doing everything he possibly can, and trying to get these guys back and healthy. We obviously still got one down from last year, Gerke, Robbie Gerke. He'll be back. He'll be returning back soon. So he's in good spirits, and some good things are happening right now. So,
Did anything surprise you from the first week of the season and hearing this early going, just as far as just getting ready for the season from fall practice leading up the last few weeks? Anything been surprising just that you've seen from the team as far as a pleasant surprise or anything along those lines?
I mean, we've seen everybody try to step up and be more of a team and continue to be more of a team. And I think, I'll probably say I think everybody has. I think everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. And, just to hear more talking now from our kids is highly important to me. And, to our coaching staff. I mean, there's some things that, we're getting ready to say, and then they've already said it. So that's always a good thing. And that's basically what I'm surprised about so far. And kids are being hungry. So
Awesome. And I can't talk to you without talking about the JV team.
Yes.
I know last week they picked up a shutout win down at Andrews, and they're off this week. They go to Mountain Heritage next week.
Yes.
Can you just speak a little bit about how proud you all are of what those kids have done so far? As I call them kids, I'm old, so I can call them kids. But how those young men have done, just how they played that matchup. Again, defensively with a shutout is big. I know there's been some struggles, to be quite honest, in JVs in the last couple of years. But how much of a boost was it for that program?
Man, it was huge. Shout out to the coaching staff for sure. And shout out to the JVs. They definitely, man, been in a struggle a little bit, and then just seeing those kids continuously come out, practice, and then a lot of adversity that took place because we're supposed to do a scrimmage, but that got canceled. But for them to be able to travel all the way down to Andrews, kept asking, Coach, are we there yet?
I can understand that. It's a long drive to Andrews.
Yes, it's a long drive. But for them to be able to come out and play the way they did, that was huge. And there was a lot of emotions after the end of the game. Players, I mean, it was pretty much happy tears.
Yeah.
So that was also a good feeling, man, and to see that shows coaches how much they care. And Coach Coggins, as a JV head coach, did a heck of a job. Neil Gregg as well. Obviously Roger Gray, we call him OG, but and Coach Whitley, every coach, try to buy into that. And right now the guys came back this week, trying to prep and get ready. Nobody's had their head down. I know we do a certain thing. If we get a shutout, obviously Coach Puckett started it, but you get 0 bars. So the kids definitely enjoy that, and I think right now they're prepping very well. It's kind of the way they feel is they're wanting to prepare for Mountain Heritage for sure. So that was a huge accomplishment.
It's great to see.
Yes.
Great to see that with the young program for sure, that they're continuing to develop. This week is Viking night.
Yes.
Can you speak just a little bit about the importance of the fans coming and participating in that aspect of tonight, or of Friday's game, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, Viking night, it's just, basically it's the first home game. And, just wear any Avery gear that you have. And, if you guys got your jerseys from when you played or anything like that, definitely want you guys to be there. And I think the student section are doing red, black, and white, or either red, black. I forgot how they're doing it, but
some order.
Yeah, but just make sure to wear Avery colors for sure, and make sure that you guys cheer us on. I mean, that's the key thing.
Yeah, kickoff was at 7:30 at McDonald Stadium. We had a 7 o'clock kickoff in Tennessee, but that's just for that single game. Yeah. So 7:30 here in Newland at McDonald Stadium on Friday. And again, West Caldwell coming into town, looking very hungry to try to get a win, but hopefully, and again, our guys just as hungry to pick up their first win of the season as well, to get back even at 1-1 for the 2025 campaign. Coach, again, we appreciate the time as always. We just appreciate you always being willing to sit down with us weekly and catch up with us after games as well, hopefully on good notes,
Absolutely.
But definitely hope to try to catch you for a post game this week as well.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And we appreciate everybody watching and look forward to seeing you at the game Friday night. And this has been the Viking Coaches Show, brought to you by Big Mike's Coffee Shop, with lots of hot eats and cool and warm treats available, especially as the last few days the temperatures in the fall have been a little bit cooler. So get you a hot drink here at Big Mike's as they continue to serve our community, getting ready to move to a new location here coming up in the next month or two. But again, just keep coming out here on Wyatt Drive. We appreciate their sponsorship. We appreciate their partnership with us in the Viking Coaches Shows each week here during football season. So until our matchup on Friday, thank you for watching.
Go Vikes.